What is up, everybody? It's your boy Robbie Dagger, and I am back. Welcome back with me. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Mobius Final Fantasy. I am your humble host, Robbie Dagger. That music that you hear, this area you see me in, I'm in the new event right now, it's like a multiple tower event going on right now. I don't have a whole lot to say about that event. Just get in there and get as far as you can, do as much as you can of it, because you're gonna get a lot of goodies. But what we are talking about here is the new battle. We got Anima 4 Star, and oh my gosh, it's been interesting. It's been very interesting. Let me say this. I've been practicing on my breaker, trying to, perfect my breaker, like see what the best setup is, see the way I like to really play my breaker. And I'm noticing that it doesn't matter how well I'm doing as a breaker, I'm still dying. So this video is kind of to touch on the fact that there's really no perfect setup right now to run in this battle. There's absolutely no perfect setup as far as what character you want to use and what team composition you want to go with. Everybody's just kind of winging it and doing the best they can. The reason what's going on here is the bosses are fire and dark elemental. One second here. Let me actually take a look at the party and see if this is something we could actually do. Really not impressed. Really not impressed. Let's just go for it. So, anyways. So what I'm saying here is, so we got a fire and we got a dark 4-star boss. Bring your best cards, all that kind of stuff. We haven't. So as far as Ifrit, we've got the right setup for Ifrit. We saw that last week. Last week was a great week for multiplayer because everybody pretty much has something that beats basically the global setup cards that we have available. For fighting a fire boss are perfect. Like, we have very strong cards setups for fighting water, or for using water and fighting against fire. The problem is we don't have that same good stuff. We don't have all that good stuff with our light right now. Light's pretty new to the game. If you're a free-to-player or like more of a cheap-to-player, you're not gonna have all the best light cards right now. If you are smart, you probably have at least some of the Ultima, some of the Ultima and the Anima cards already. You might have some of those. 4-star at least. Probably 4-star, since we haven't gotten the 5-star bosses. We haven't gotten that far yet. But this is your chance to 5-star Anima, which is going to help you out a lot for fighting against Ultima. So if you don't have a lot of dark and light cards like me, like a lot of the players still, then this is probably your best bet to go ahead and try to do your best and try to get as many of those types of cards as you can get. So that's some just general advice to you that hopefully helps, because what I'm seeing a lot is just people just don't have very strong cards for this fight. You're not going to be able to, you're just, because of the element that we're fighting against here, the options are very, very limited. As far as, you know, what type of you know, setups we have against Anima, our options are very, very limited. You're basically, your best bets are using the rogue job or using something like the new job that just came out, the occultist. And those are two brand new jobs, so a lot of players may not have those. So you're really just, you're left with just a few other options. We don't have any cards at all right now that have light and dark at the same time. So you're left with either being able to use the elements, the boss's weakness, or being able to pull those skill seeds to defend yourself. On top of that, excuse me, had to do a couple actions there. So on top of that, you know, I kind of lost my train of thought there, but we basically just don't have light and dark, so we're gimp in this fight. Oh, what I was going to say is the new job, the new paladin, or the tank job that actually has dark, is one of those jobs that are super, you know, super rare in the summons. So you gotta do a couple of those gotcha pulls in order to get this card. So I haven't gotten it yet. I haven't done enough gotcha pulls apparently. So that card is honestly pretty rare. I haven't seen very many tanks using it, and it's a really, really good option if you are a tank that happens to have it. Please join us in the multiplayer, because you'll be our hero right now, honestly. We need you. We certainly need you right now more than ever. So join us. So, you know, that's the setup. The setups are limited. I've seen a lot of groups where the text, that the hello text or whatever, the welcome text will say something like, "Healer must have Ariz or we're disbanding." Like, come on, guys. Like, you don't have to be that way. And that's terrible that we lost somebody there. But, you know, basically you don't have to be that way to the fellow players. So, you know, don't do stuff like that. That's not right. I had a heal for the next round too, so that's such a shame that that person died. But, you know, that's what I get for bringing Ultima and not one more heal. Let this be a lesson to you guys, like a guide on what not to do. Make sure if you're a healer. So let me talk about just every role really quick, just really quick. If you're a healer, make sure you've got four heals set up. You don't want to do anything less. Get your 4 heals set up. That way, if something does happen, you have a chance to. Basically, what happened was I let a member of the party die because I didn't have something to wall against the boss's ult. So make sure you've got that, and you know, make sure you're set up with all heals. You don't need to have an attack in there. It's senseless. Senseless. If you're the tank, honestly, you don't have to have provoke cards. You don't have to have all debuff cards. But have cards in there that make sense. For God's sakes, have some cards in there that make sense, you guys. Like, if you're gonna, you can help out. You can do so much as a tank. You can help out with attacks. But what I really don't like to see that much is like a tank that has like all hearts, all support cards. Like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing with all support cards? You're just being greedy. And the best thing to do with your hearts anyway as a tank is to share the love and drive them so that your party gets that drive. So if you're the healer, oh no, we just talked about healer, I'm sorry. If you're the tank, what else? We talked about tank. So if you're the attacker, I know dudes, your options are limited right now. There's not really much you can do about that, but just do your best. Have your, your Sicarius level, your cards. Your Sicarius cards, if they're 4-star, they're not good unless they're maxed out. Like, let me show you what I mean here. Like, you have to have them finished, or they're not going to be strong, guys. Let me show you exactly what I mean. You see how this card is 5-star, but just pretend here that you don't see this very last blood tab. That's all it gives you at 5-star. But at 4-star, one of the best things you can get after critical sundering is the Sicarius Bestia Hunter, which increases normal and break damage dealt to Sicarius Bestia type enemies. And that's going to help you a whole lot. Some of them do extra damage against bosses too, so make sure you're paying attention to that stuff. Like the Holy One, I believe, is a little bit different. Ultima here. No, I'm tripping. But, make sure those cards are, like, good. Like, don't be going in there with some wonky setup if you're an attacker. You definitely need to have your best setup if you're going in there as an attacker. You need to have the best setup possible. Because the battles are going, because we don't have the perfect setup, the battles are going to be extra long. They're going to be a little longer. Everybody's gonna have to juggle their spells a little bit more. You're gonna have to take an ult. You're not gonna be able to 5-minute and 4-minute the match like we did last week. So just take precaution. The only other role we kind of haven't talked about is Breaker. Breakers, y'all are usually the first to go. I know it because I'm working on a Breaker guide for 4-star videos right now. And I'm so sad right now because almost every time I use Assassin, I get wiped. So you definitely need some kind of defense, some kind of resistance if you're going to be pulling your Assassin in. I know the temptation to bring your Assassin in there is high, no matter what, because the break power is so high. Breaking with everything else honestly feels so slow. Like it takes like 2 to 3 turns sometimes to set up breaks. And when you're taking 2 to 3 turns to set up a break, your healer is having to heal the party every turn. Come on, you're stressing your healer out. You're stressing everybody's debuffs are down. Everybody's cooldowns are up. You know what I mean? You gotta get in there and try to make it quick. Try to be efficient. But stagger your abilities as well. You don't want to be using everything at you don't want to be using all your moves at one time and then have no moves left, especially as a healer. And just a tip for breakers, I'd say be patient, honestly. And if you need to switch to a weapon that gives you higher HP, or if you need to switch to a job that gives you higher HP, I think the community right now is going to forgive you, because I honestly believe we keep letting you down. I personally have seen a lot of breakers go so far, so it's a sad thing to see people not getting their limited time materials. So I want y'all to get them. I wish y'all the best of luck. this is just going to be a short video, y'all. I just wanted to give y'all some tips, just based off what I'm seeing. Based off what I'm seeing, I can tell the morale is getting a little low, but it's getting back up there, baby. We're going to do better. By the end of the week, we usually the teams are like doing super well. It's like they all come on and they watch these videos, and everybody else who's making Mobius videos. Make sure you give all Mobius videos a thumbs up, you know, because it plays with YouTube's algorithms, and it's gonna make Mobius show up for more people, and that is what's up, you guys. So make sure you give all Mobius videos a thumbs up. So share this if it helped you out. Sorry to just have a short video today, but I've been busy, you know, working on some other stuff for y'all. And, you know, make sure you check me out, because this won't be the last time for sure I'll make a video. And, you know, I'll just be having more stuff for y'all very soon. And I appreciate very much you being here with me. If you have anything else to add, anything else to say, you know, just post it in the comments. I pretty much get back to every comment. So if you have anything you want to say, just let me know in the comments or in the chat. And I will catch y'all super soon. Good luck to you. I'll see y'all on the battlefield, warriors. You know, I'll catch you later, warriors. Good luck, man.